So, just a quick FYI for everyone involved in the investigation, corrupt or independent, whatever, because their violence is escalating. Like this douchebag who buzzed me twice, Lindsay Bruselli, if that's even his name. I don't know. That could be his girlfriend's name. So, gave me that name may have actually that was after him and the girl were in the woods all night. Damn near set it on fire with their torch, smoking whatever the fuck they were smoking. Um, and I'm not shaming people who use drugs. These are Nazis. Nazis on drugs are more violent, it lowers their inhibitions, and they are junkies. Addicts can be Nazis. Oh, they're definitely addicts too. But just so everybody want to clutch their pearl, ooh, you said the word junkie. No, that's the Nazis, Klan Zionists, like Lindsey Graham and John McCain and Pete Hegseth. The addicts who were targeted to sell the drugs and use the drugs, they're victims of bioweaponry. The dope they flew in served many purposes, one of which I'm a weapon, especially with what it does to your pituitary and pineal gland. Right out of the island of Dr. Moreau. And then Joe Biden and Strom Thurmond wrote the fucking crime bill to justify seizing all the assets of everybody who sold their drugs for them so they get to keep all the fucking money. Yet they're still using our taxpayer dollars to fund the Iran war when they're still importing the drugs like they were during Iran-Contras and before. They were importing the drugs. Remember the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington? His cousin who was flying it in on military planes went to prison, only got 15 years, and the officer who put him in prison then became his lawyer and got the movie made. So there's some consequences, and you lose all your shit, but then they pay you back, give you more kickbacks to shut your mouth. So anyway, I'm calling police, number one, because the detective at Cousy wanted me to. Plus the state police wanted me to. And at this point, I've gotten enough confessions and I understand the dynamics. I can call and get the report to the dispatcher just right. So if the officer whatever officer catches the case is corrupt, he's got explaining to do. If the officers, and that means Virginia G. Piper. Remember, she's Homeland Security Protective Services. Her ass is now parked at Essex PD, probably the sheriff's department, so she can run the investigation into me to cover her own fucking sexual abuses and her own frauds on her health. So they want me calling state police, and Cousy want me calling police so they can watch her mishandle it. And it's taken me a minute to get that grasp, and I didn't really want that obvious that I remembered her telling me how she sets her badge on Joe Arpaio's desk and says, "This is my town now." And then Arpaio, who was a convicted felon, and I think he was a convicted felon before he was sheriff. I think that's why he had to have bodyguards and couldn't carry a weapon. But even after he was sheriff, he was convicted, and guess who pardoned him? I believe it was Trump in his first term. But she would say Arpaio would respond by, "Well, I guess I better take you to lunch." So I understand the assignment. I pretended not to. So she would keep it because I was baiting her. I haven't been calling the police as much before because I wanted her. Remember, she was in my face down at GMT transit station, just out of the blue. Oh, my family really didn't like the Reagans. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Just out of the blue? Just out of the blue. Then she was stalking me every time I went to Hannaford's, would go in and come right back out. And there was always a police cruiser because she has protection all around her all the time, according to her, according to our audio. Finally, I got her. I would have called police on your fucking ass, Piper, but you were too busy doing a stupid ass goddamn pretend phone call that made no goddamn sense whatsoever, the shit coming out of your mouth, and you use the stupid and trying to talk in your stupid in your voice and make sure you use different diction, like I just did, so you wouldn't sound like our audio. For all I know, the people, the sheriff's department may not even know you're Virginia G. Piper. You may be going by a completely different fucking name. Because you're CIA, you're a spook, you're a Naval Special Forces instructor. Plus, you know I've already reported you for the crimes. So they wouldn't let you personally come and investigate yourself. Or maybe they are letting you investigate yourself so they can watch you mishandle it and use all these stupid, idiotic private ICE agents that your people at Outreach, Paul, who else was fingered? Paul, Dr. Lincoln, all of the outreach people that I went to asking for help lied to me, said, oh, we don't have any, like the asshole they have parked down at the library. I forget what his name was. And the female that the mayor called in to, or the mayor's staff called in to City Hall after I was pretend evicted from that park. It wasn't a real eviction because nobody ever gave me a damn eviction notice or a no trespass. And that's public property. You can't just say, oh, you're no trespass. Especially to a fucking federal agent who's assisting in an ongoing criminal investigation into you. That's why nobody could actually bust out the citation, which is a full page, A4, 8.5 by 11, just like the one I was given by South Burlington PD when I was behind the old Hannafords. That was actually private property. You can't evict somebody off public property. It's, oh, it's a structure. No, you make them take the structure down. For a civilian, but I'm sworn and immunized. And you are using me in an ongoing criminal investigation, and they knew that. That's why they lied and said that the mayor sent them, which maybe she did go along with it. She let you lie to her and said, okay. And she signaled this much to me. And yeah, I did do a lot of yelling and cussing, and they let it go in one ear and out the other because they knew that I already knew the shit wasn't right, that it wasn't a legitimate arrest or eviction or no trespass because I never got an actual citation. I got that stupid piece of printed paper that was a little bit better than the original one that I called police on, where Burl texted me threatening me not to call police or I'd get my camp shut down. Eh? And then when did you come and shut my camp down? When I said I was going to file a restraining order against your little ICE agent, Kate. The same thing as calling police, because that restraining order goes to police. Piper does not want. Now, I don't trust Sean Burke. I know for a fact the way the South Burlington PD responded to shit, and when they were scared about being recorded and started sweating bullets and lying to me saying I needed to let them know they were being recorded, I knew they were up to some shit. Burlington PD always rolling up when I was plugged in behind the church trying to start shit. A few of them anyway. I'm not saying all of them. And maybe they were just doing that to go along with what Piper told them to do. So anyway, back to my point. I'm calling police because your violence is escalating, especially now that you know I beat the cancer. Whether it's temporary, whether it's forever, I don't know. I'm pretty sure if I hadn't killed all of it, I would be experiencing some sort of painful infection. Dental, uterine, UTI, pneumonia, something. After, 5 months now, or 5.5. I have to look at the calendar. See, all of July. Oh, there's another one. The Asian guy. Looks like I get to call police again. So we'll be doing this all night. Anyway, actually, I'm not going to call on him right away. He's made himself a little further before I start calling on him. But since all of the investigators watch this, if he does something stupid, if he gets stupid, I'll call. He gets so stupid, I'm surprised they don't call. He was the one screaming over at the other McDonald's. And sure enough, the sheriff rolled up himself. And I'm like, okay, I see what's up now. Anyway, I'll let him roll up a few more times before I start calling on him. But it will happen, and I'll post a photo of him. He's behind the same kiosk, and he'll peek from behind it, like looking at me real hard to see if I'm filming him, what I'm doing, if I'm looking at him. Yeah, he's nervous as fuck. And this in here. So when I called police and they didn't do anything, it made him look innocent. No, it doesn't. When you're sending a motherfucker in here who had a meltdown because I called police, and I didn't even give the police a name. I didn't even indicate to him that he was the one I was calling police on. I just said I need to report a stalker. That's all I said. I wasn't even looking at him directly. I was watching through my peripheral vision, and then all of a sudden I peeked and his face got fucking red as the McDonald's goddamn French fry package. And it's in video. And if you that you're not under surveillance while you're here, that Napoli controls the surveillance, you've got another rapist fantasy going on. So now they had to have him come in here and me call the police and him. He must have, I think he shagged ass pretty quick. I just didn't see it. He ran back to the bathroom and then he was able to get out that door while I was distracted with whatever. But then the other kid, He's so fucking high, he's not going to have much of a reaction to anything. He's a fucking pothead. I mean, I could care less who smokes pot. But when you smoke it so fucking much so you can try to join a lynch mob and not feel anything, well, you're a Nazi private ICE agent, you're a pothead. No shade to the other revolutionaries who enjoy and imbibe. And if you have to do